I cannot pronounce it because it's not my language.
No, you cannot pronounce it or you don't know.
I don't know.
Thank you. So now if you don't know the name that was given to Mary for her son, the name of the son of Mary, Jesus, whose name is Jesus? Who is Jesus then?
Jesus is the Son of God.
No. You see, that Son of God is not a title. So if we may ask you now, that Son of God of yours, how did he come to the earth?
How did he come to the earth?
Yeah.
Mary gave birth to Jesus Christ.
Thank you. So whatever you do, we are always going to come back to Mary. So you cannot run away from that. Your Son of God is always connected to that son that Mary gave birth to.
Yes.
So what was the name that the angel gave to Mary? What was that name?
According to the Bible and according to the English version, the angel gave the name Jesus Christ.
No, not according to the English version. As you yourself have just stated, that English version has been translated. And those translators were not perfect. They based their translation based on text that they themselves met. You see, people have written something. So when they came, they read those texts, those books, and they apply some effort to translate those texts into other languages. So they were not there. They were not eyewitnesses. So we cannot base on what they said to be true, because the text they translated is still here. We still have those texts. So what they translated was not what the angel gave to Mary, because the angel never gave any translation to Mary. The angel spoke to Mary in the language of Mary, and Mary received the name of her son in her own language. So what was that name?
Please, if in 10 years time, in 20 years time, as you just say, people does not know what the name that the angels gave to Mary, please, you can help us now. You can tell us.
No,
but I know that in French.
We cannot
I know
do
that
that.
in French.
We can.
When they say house.
No, what? Okay.
When they say house, house in French is maison. Now, when they translate maison in English is house. Then if you can tell me to go and try to refer backward.
No. We don't translate. That's not a translation. We'll call that a correspondences. When we are looking at a word that corresponds with other words, for example, when you have knife in English, knife in English, then the word that corresponds with knife in English is couteau in French. That's not a translation. These are correspondences of words in different languages. But names of people cannot be translated. My name is Kamara, and I shall always be Kamara. In whatever language I might live, or whatever country, in whatever language maybe you might intend to pronounce my name. For example, the name of the Russian president, as you know, he is Vladimir Putin, as you have just, maybe you know it. But he cannot say because I'm speaking in English, I cannot say Vladimir Putin. And he cannot say because you are speaking in English, Vladimir Putin is in English. No, that name remains as it is. You cannot change it based on language. A name is a name. So what was that name that the angel gave to Mary?
Okay, then I will tell you that the name Jesus is not English, it's not French, it's not Hebrew, it's just a name, Jesus.
No, if you say that, you are talking to intellectuals. We know words are composed with letters, and every language has its own letters. So you cannot tell me Jesus is not English because I know the English alphabet.
Jesus is not English. Tell me that. Jesus is not French. Jesus is just a name given by the angel. Jesus.
Listen. If you say Jesus is not English, do you know the letter that compose the name Jesus? How many letters?
It's 5 letters. It's 5 letters.
5 letters. What are those?
J-E-S-U-S.
So J-E-S-U-S. These letters, are they French letters or English letters or Arabic letters?
They are letters now. That's alphabetic letters.
They are letters of which language? Is it Arabic? Is it Greek? Is it Hebrew? Is it French? Is it English? They are letters of which language?
It's alphabetic.
Of which language? Of which language? Of which language, bro? Don't waste my time. Sometimes well, why do you want to complicate? Of which language?
English and French.
Thank you. So we know alphabets. For us to be able to pronounce words in languages, we need to know the alphabet. For example, I cannot pronounce a word in Arabic if I don't know the Arabic alphabet, because the words are composed with letters. You cannot have the word Muhammad without letters. There are letters that have been put together to give us the sound Muhammad. So we know Jesus is in English. So you cannot run away from that. Mary was never English. Mary was a Jewish woman. Mary was Jewish.
How do you spell Mary?
So her language, yeah.
How do you spell
her language, Mary?
Why is it in English or in French?
No, in
Which
French
word?
is M-A-R.
It's the same thing.
Voilà.
It's the same thing.
No.
Mary,
No.
Marie is the
wait.
the same spelling, but different pronunciation. Mary, Marie is the same spelling, but just different pronunciation. So if they say,
listen, bro.
yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
In the name Mary, we have a sound that can never be lost.
Yes.
That sound, what's that sound?
Ah.
No. The M sound. The M sound.
Yes. Mary. Yes.
In whatever language, we have the M sound always present. Mary, Mary, Miriam, Mariam. The name, that sound is always present. So that name that the angel gave to Mary, what was that? What was that name?
Jesus.
No. Jesus can never be that name. Why? Because the letter J was invented in the 15th century. Go and do some research, bro. The letter J was never in existence until the 15th century when it was invented. So there were no J.
The J comes.
So
the J comes from the pronunciation of that name.
Why?
The name the name that the angel gave to Mary. If we want to pronounce that name, that's why that J comes from the name. It's according to our.
If you don't know, hey, listen. If you don't know the name, can you please go and do some research and ask your pastors, because this is a very crucial moment in your life, because you have been invoking, you have been calling upon the name Jesus, and today you have just learned that that name, it's probably not the name that the angel gave to Mary, and there are proofs that are supporting all these claims. Because when you look at the linguistic proofs, we know that Mary never spoke English. She was not English. And this English language was never in existence at the time when Mary existed. There were no English. Because the English and the French, all these are languages that were invented later on, around the 9th and the 10th century onwards. There were no English and no French. Before that time, we have only the Latin and the Greek and the Aramaic languages. These were in the Arabic. So English was never there. So we cannot have this name in English because Mary never spoke English. And by the way, can you imagine a Jewish prophet has an English name? Can you imagine that?
How can you say Jesus is an English name?
It's an English name, bro.
Even the Jews call that same name Jesus. They pronounce that same name Jesus. I mean,
no,
the Jews.
because when they speak English, they say Jesus. But you know, Jesus is not. It is not an English word. That word is not. That word is not Hebrew. Jesus is an English word. But when you say Jesus,
how can you say it's an English word? Even the Jews themselves, pronounce Jesus.
Bro, look what I want to do. Because listen, I have spent a lot of time. With you.
Please,
So no, no,
even
no,
the
no,
Jews,
no.
even the Jews call that name Jesus.
Okay,
So are the
which
English.
Jew call? No, which Jew? Which Jew? Name, give me the
The,
name of a Jew that called that name Jesus.
all the Jews pronounce
Give
that
me,
name
give
Jesus.
me one. Give me one.
I,
One. What?
I
Which
say all the
one?
Jews, please. I
All
say,
the Jews. This is very vague. I'm not asking for on something like that. Well, I'm not asking for precisions. Listen,
if you
bro.
go to, okay, yes, yes, yes. If you go to
Listen.
Israel, if you
No,
go
there's
to
nothing like.
Israel,
Is it in English? The Jew. What is the language of the Jews?
the Israel call that
What
name
is their
Jesus.
language? What is their language?
The Jews,
Yeah.
it's the Jewish language now. It's Jews now. The Jews.
Huh? No, that is their race. For example, when you say I am a Cameroonian, or yeah, I am from this. These are just a racial thing. But what these Jews, what language they spoke? What is their language?
Jesus is not a name.
What is the
Jesus is
language
not a
of the
name.
Jews? What is
Jesus
the
is not a
language of
language.
the
Jesus is a
bro?
name.
Listen, can you please answer my question, please? What is the language of the Jews?
No, I don't know.
So you don't know, you're just making things here up. You don't know. Why can't you go and do some research and studies? So you don't
My
know the
friend,
language of the Jews, and
Jesus
you
is
don't
not
know,
based
bro.
in a language. Jesus is a
No,
name. A name is not based in a
we
language.
know, we know it's a name, but this name is English. What is the language of the Jews?
My friend, Muhammad is not a language. Muhammad is a name. It's somebody's
Okay,
name.
it's okay.
Don't
Okay,
take
thank. Okay,
somebody's name. Yes.
wait. Okay, is Muhammad in the Quran?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, is Muhammad in English?
Yes.
Thank you. Is the Quran is in which language? Chinese or English or Arabic?
It's Arabic now.
Thank you. So if the Quran
Yes.
is in Arabic, is Muhammad in Arabic?
Muhammad is a name. It's a
No.
name.
Is it in Arabic? No, this name
But
Muhammad, is it in Arabic?
that is a name, not a language.
That is what I'm saying. Okay, what is the origin of the name Muhammad? Is it English or Arabic?
The name Muhammad does not have an origin. It's a name of somebody. That is a name.
Okay,
A
is it
name does not have an
that
origin.
name
A name
that
does not
name of
have
that
an origin.
listen that name of that person for the very first time was composed with which letters? How did humanity come to know about that name? Where is it? Does it come from? Because it has an origin.
Because it's a name of somebody. Today, they
No,
call
hey, don't you are changing the discussion. I don't like that. I'm
wonderful.
here to learn and also have the humility to learn. I'm
Yes,
asking intellectual questions. I'm asking Muhammad
yes.
as a name, what is its origin? This name for the very first time. How did humanity comes to know about the name Muhammad? When it was the first time it was pronounced? And what were the letters that were composed to give the sound Muhammad? Were they English letters or were they Arabic letters?
I think it was Arabic letters.
Thank you. So the name Muhammad, as you have just said, is from the Quran. We find Muhammad in the Quran.
And even if they want to repeat,
No.
yes,
Do we find Muhammad in the Quran?
and if they want to repeat that same name in French, in
That is
English,
not my question. Do we find
yes,
Muhammad in the Quran?
yes, now.
Thank you. The Quran,
Yes,
as you have just
yeah,
said, the
I read it,
Quran, as
yes.
you have just listen, the Quran, as you have just said, was originally in Arabic, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, what we are reading in English and in French are translations. Are we right? Hello?
You can translate
No.
statement, but you cannot translate name.
No.
You can never
Listen,
translate someone's name, but you
bro,
can
I'm
translate
not asking
statement.
this guy. Listen. What we are reading in English, in French, of the Quran are translations. Is that true?
Yes, it's true, but
Thank
not the
you.
name.
So if no, wait. We are going to give you an example, not the name. Thank you. So
Yes,
if we are reading the Quran in French and in English, as we have just confirmed that these are translations, that means before the English and the French, Muhammad wrote the Quran, and this name was in Arabic somehow. Are we good?
we are good.
Thank you. Now, when the Quran was translated into English, the name was never translated. The name was left as it was in Arabic. The same sound, Muhammad. The English never changed that sound.
Yes, that's good.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah, I'm
you.
getting you now.
Thank
Yes,
you. Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
Mhm.
Now, your Bible was translated from which language?
The Bible was translated of the Bible has been translated to many language, but the names
No, no, no,
are not
no, no,
translated.
no.
The
If you don't
names
understand
stand
the
still.
question, no. If you don't understand the question, ask
Hebrews,
me to re-ask my question. Let me just do
Hebrews.
it again. The
Yes,
Bible, the Bible
Mhm.
was translated from which language?
Hebrews.
Translated from, huh?
Yes, Hebrews.
From which language? No.
Hebrews.
You see, the Bible. Well, listen. At the Hebrews. Hebrews is not a name. Hebrew is not a language of a name. Well, it's not the name of a language. Well, the Bible has been translated from which language? You see, the Bible is divided into two parts. We have the Old Testament and we have the New Testament. Now, the Old Testament was written in which language? Was it in Chinese or was it in Hebrew?
In Hebrew.
Thank you. The New Testament was written in which language? Was it in Hebrew or in Greek?
The New Testament. In Greek.
Yeah. Thank you. So if the New Testament was written in Greek, that is that means the name Jesus that you have read, that you are pronouncing in French or in English, this name must have to be in Greek also because that is the language of origin where the English and the French were translated as we have Muhammad translated from the Arabic. Are we ready?
Sir, sir.
No,
They can
I
translate.
hope you are. No, no,
They
no,
can translate
no,
what happened.
no,
They can
no, no,
translate
no, no.
what happened for
No, no,
us
no,
to.
no, 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 no. You cannot say anything. We are going to conclude this because the
Yes.
example that I've just brought, that's what I'm going to use now. We have seen the name Muhammad as we have just discussed it earlier on that historically the name Muhammad was never English because English language was never there at the origin when this name was first pronounced. So later on, people have translated those texts that were written in Arabic into English. But when they have done this translation, they never tampered with the name. The names were left as the way they were. So Muhammad was translated as Muhammad as it was in Arabic. The sound still remains the same, even though the letters might have been changed, but the
Same avec
sound
Jesus.
remains.
Same avec Jesus.
Wait,
Yes. Same
listen,
avec.
listen.
Yes.
Thank you. So now
Same
that is
avec
what we're going
Jesus.
to
Yes.
prove. Listen, bro. That's what we're going to prove now. If you are saying it is the same as Jesus,
Yes.
now we have come to learn that the New Testament, as it was written originally in Greek, that means the books of the New Testament were translated from Greek to English or to French, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So now, if these translations were done from Greek to English, as the Arabic from Arabic to English, and we have Muhammad, what was that name in Greek that was translated that gave us Jesus in English?
Jesus.
What?
The name still remains Jesus. The Bible was.
Do you?
The Bible was
Bro. At
the
this
Bible.
stage, at this stage, we are going to separate. We are going to let you go because
You
you don't
want
know
me
what
to
you're talking
say?
about.
You want me to say things
No,
that
you
will
don't
favor
know.
you? No, you
No, no,
are just
no. I don't want.
you,
No, 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 no. I don't want.
you are
I don't
forcing me to
want
say things
you.
that will favor
No, no,
you.
no. I
The
don't. I
Bible
never
was
wanted
written.
you. Listen. I never wanted you to say something that will favor me. I just want you to see the truth based on
That is the
your
truth.
experiences. Now, thank you. My question was, if, as you have just stated, that Muhammad, as in the original text, has been there before the translation, when the Quran was translated from Arabic to English, the sound Muhammad was still maintained, even though the English letters were used. That is okay. Now we come back to the Bible. You Christians have a name Jesus in English. So we are asking for the same thing. What was that Greek name that gives you the right or the sound Jesus in English? What was that name? Because there must be a name in Greek before the English translation, as there must be a name in the Arabic text before the English translation. What was that name? And in that Greek language, what is the sound of that name? How do we sound that name? Before we have the English version of Jesus, what was that name?
If you can permit me to express myself as you express yourself, then
Yeah,
it
but
will
you
be,
have, but you
will
will,
be very, very nice.
you will have to answer. You will have to answer my question. You have to give the name, the Greek name that was translated to give you Jesus. You have to give that name in Greek.
Jesus.
In Greek.
Jesus, yes.
Okay. So if you said that the name is Jesus in Greek, so do
Yes.
you know the Greek alphabet, please?
Huh?
Do you know the Greek alphabet?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So how do you know that it is Jesus? Do you know the alphabet
Because
that composes Jesus?
because I hear the Greek pronounces Jesus. So in
Okay.
my own alphabetic
Now,
word, I can write the name
okay.
in my own.
Okay. Now listen. So what we're going to do now? I'm not at home. I don't know if Yusuf is here. I would have liked to just open because I forgot my second phone. I would like you to go and do some research and come back later, inshallah, because you don't know what you're talking about. You have been
I
destabilized. You don't know.
no, I know what I'm.
You don't know. You don't know.
No, sir.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, sir.
you are lost in the wilderness.
No, I know, sir.
No,
I'm
you
not
are
there.
lost. How can you say
No,
Jesus is
sir.
in
They
Greek?
can
How can you say
translate.
Jesus?
They
How
can.
can you say Jesus? No. How can you say Jesus is in Greek? You
On
are
va nous
lost.
aussi intervenir.
Jesus is not. Jesus is not in Greek. Jesus is not in French. Jesus is not in English. Jesus is someone named like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not in English. Donald Trump is not in French. Donald Trump is not in Arabical. But Donald Trump stands Donald Trump in because it is somebody's name. Somebody's name can never be changed.
Okay.
That's what you fail to understand. How do you want me to
Okay.
change the name
You
Jesus
see,
in Greek to English?
you have just taken this argument. Just I gave you a minute ago. Hey, you want to use it as a basis. You see, Donald
No.
Trump is not from any book. Listen. Donald Trump is not from any book. Donald Trump is a name of an actual president. But this is what we are talking about here. These are
Yes, that is
historical
there.
events. But wait. These are historical events that have just passed for thousands of years ago. Now we don't know. We are not eyewitnesses to this event. We don't know what happens. All that we know, we came to know about them through books that were written by
Yes.
people that we are. Well, so now
In
you said
2,000 years
Jesus
to come,
is.
sir. In 2,000 years to
Bro,
come, sir. In 2,000 years to
bro,
come, sir. The name Donald Trump will
bro. Can you please listen? Mala, you listen. Okay.
never change.
Please. Let me just ask you for the very last time.
The name
Are you
Donald Trump will
okay?
stand even in 3,000 years. It will never change. It
Yeah,
will
I
remain
know.
Donald Trump.
Okay.
Eh,
Are you
it's
okay? Are you
the same
okay?
thing.
Listen. Are you okay?
The name Mohammed has never changed.
No.
The
Are
name
you
Mohammed has
okay?
never changed.
Are you? Hey, bro. Are you okay? Walaikum salam. Are you okay? Hello? I don't know whether this guy is all right. Allô?
On peut intervenir.
My Lugai, hey, if you don't say something, we're gonna kick you out. Are you okay? Okay. Yusuf, il faut revenir là.
On la cherche là, on a de